All right, shut it down. Cancel the meeting. The auto industry just found a new pile of caffeine, testosterone, and whatever else they're putting in the water these days, and they called it 2026. This is the year trucks stopped being vehicles and started being performance art. They are bigger, louder, and dumber. They don't just haul lumber. They haul accusations of domestic terrorism from the EPA. Well, hold my beer, because we're diving into the 7 most unhinged, pavement-ripping, freedom-loving trucks of the near future. This isn't a review. It's a support group for people whose credit score is about to take a serious hit. Just when you thought the eco-warriors had won, Ford dropped a bunker buster on the whole movement, the Raptor R. They took a look at all their electric progress and said, you know what this needs? A supercharged 5.2-liter Predator V8. We're talking 700 horsepower that drinks fuel like a frat boy on spring break. This isn't a truck. This is a middle finger set to music. The official music is the sound of 700 horsepower guzzling premium fuel while a bald eagle cries a single tear of joy. It's for the guy who sees a reduce your carbon footprint sign and immediately does a burnout on top of it. It's the last gasp of the dinosaurs. And my God, what a beautiful, wasteful, glorious gasp it is. But for some of you, even a supercharged V8 isn't enough. You need displacement. You need torque. You need the kind of sound that makes Prius drivers check their life insurance. This is the Ram 2500 Heavy Duty. With a 6.7-liter turbo diesel that makes enough torque to spin the entire state of Texas, it doesn't have a personality. It has a warning label. This is for the guy who tows 15,000 pounds just to prove a point to his neighbor with the Tesla. It runs on diesel, defiance, and the sweet, sweet tears of environmentalists. It's the automotive equivalent of yelling, "Get off my lawn," at a cloud that you personally made 37% darker. Speaking of villains, meet the GMC Hummer EV SUV. It's so big, it has its own gravitational pull and probably its own zip code. With 1,000 horsepower that launches this 9,000-pound behemoth to 60 in 3 seconds flat, it's what you buy when you've given up on fitting into parking spots and society. They took the Hummer, a brand known for its efficiency at wasting fuel, and made it electric. So how it doesn't waste gas, it just wastes everything else. Space, resources, the patience of everyone behind you. It's the perfect vehicle for the person who wants to save the planet, but only if the planet gets out of their way first. But maybe you want to actually, go somewhere, and not just a charging station. Enter the new Toyota Tacoma. They finally made it look as angry as its owners are about the price of everything. This thing is so boxy, it's basically a brick with anger issues. But with a 278 horsepower turbocharged engine and enough off-road tech to climb a mountain just to complain about the view, it's a brick that will outlive your grandchildren. It's got a Turbo 4 that sounds like an angry sewing machine. But that doesn't matter, because the exhaust note will be drowned out by the sound of your roof rack, snorkel, and $3,000 worth of recovery gear you'll never use. This is the truck of choice for guys who buy rooftop tents but sleep in their driveway, and for overland influencers whose idea of wilderness is the REI parking lot. It's not the loudest or the fastest, but it's the one that will patiently wait for all the others to break down so it can finally have the trail to itself. Now, for the factory-approved chaos. Ford took their electric F-150, gave it a name that sounds like a bad energy drink, the Switchgear, and said, what if it never ever touched pavement? This thing is what happens when engineers get tired of writing reports and just weld a roll cage to a production truck. With enough torque to yump clean over a sand dune and suspension travel measured in light years, it's a factory-approved midlife crisis. It's the automotive equivalent of buying a flamethrower because your HOA said you couldn't grill on the balcony. It's electric, which means it's silent, which is perfect for sneaking up on Priuses in the wilderness and giving them a proper scare. Not to be outdone, Ram said, "Oh, you want electric? Here's 500 miles of range." The Ram Rev XR, a name that sounds less like a truck and more like a prescription medication for people who hate stopping for gas. This thing has so much range, you could drive from your house to your own regret and back again twice. You'll run out of podcasts, patience, and the will to live long before this thing runs out of battery. It's not a road trip, it's a hostage situation where you're both the kidnapper and the victim. And finally, the participation trophy, the Tesla Cybertruck. It looks like a paperweight a supervillain would have on his desk. It's not a design, it's a threat. With a 0 to 60 time that'll rearrange your internal organs and stainless steel panels that can shrug off shopping cart dings, but not your neighbor's judgment, this isn't a truck, it's a stainless steel participation trophy for surviving 2020. Driving this doesn't make you a truck guy. It makes you a tech bro who's really into apocalypse cosplay. You don't take it off-roading, you take it to Whole Foods to let everyone know you're ready for society to collapse. It's made of stainless steel, which means every single fingerprint, every tear of joy, every tear of buyer's remorse shows up instantly. You're not washing it, you're just wiping away your regrets. So there you have it. The future of trucks is, well, it's everything. Electric, diesel, hydrogen, whatever. It's a beautiful, chaotic mess where you can buy a silent spaceship or a noisy tractor. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Because in a world that's trying to make everything sensible, soft, and quiet, it's good to know you can still buy something that can scare small children and piss off your local government. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will never get old. But that's just my opinion. Which of these unhinged beasts would you actually drive? Let me know in the comments down below. And subscribe if you want to see what other beautifully stupid ideas these companies come up with next. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll probably be reviewing a hybrid minivan that can also mow your lawn.